guys, we're back. And today we're talking about
Girl code.
Girl code. So, the researcher that I am. Oh, and also I've learned this new word called analytics, and I'm going to use it a lot lately. So, okay. We're talking girl code. And
I'm excited to talk about girl code.
We just jotted some things down, and I think there's like some rules that I found that I'm kind of like, it is kind of true, but it is kind of like, I think it depends on the friendship.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like girl code is one of those things where it's like, it means something different to everybody.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think too, like, level of friendship matters?
Yeah, of course.
Because what if it's like an acquaintance
Because
girl?
I feel like if it's somebody that like is your friend, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like with girls, it's like there could be a girl that thinks we're like really close friends, but we're like actually not.
But then the girl code should apply, right?
Yeah.
Because these are the rules. Okay.
And it's like we've all had that like shady friend that did something suspect, and you're like, oh no, girl.
Oh no, girl. But still, like, there are good times, so you'll like hang out with them, but like you would never tell them your deepest, darkest secrets.
Correct.
I know a few of those.
Messed up?
It is fucked up. Kind of over it. But I've eliminated a lot of those friendships.
I think that's what happens when you get older.
I know. You just like decide.
I think like girl code and like everything that we just said is like, all of that is like in your early 20s.
It is.
Don't you feel it's like that's like at the height of like friendships with like all your close girlfriends, and then it's like you get pregnant, you get married, you move on, and
you evolve.
Like, you evolve, and you're like, I only have like one or two.
And now you're teaching your daughter those things.
Or do they? I don't know, because we do weddings all the time, and it's like there's like 8 million people in the bridal party because they have a lot of girlfriends.
And a lot of them are doing dumb shit where you're just kind of like, oh my God, I would never.
But don't you feel like that's one of those things where it's like there are girls like us who have like maybe like one or two, three
maybe
like close,
right?
And there are other girls who have 8 million bajillion friends.
Oh, for sure.
And like actually genuinely close with all of them.
But I feel like that's like the sorority of the situation, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of like, I mean, and certainly those girls probably are your friends for life.
Right.
I mean, we've seen that, right? Where you're Joanna, like where it's like all those girls are super tight. But like, I feel like it's just very unusual. It doesn't really happen that way as you get older. You kind of like, your problems that you have are not big, but because you're young, you think they are, you know?
I just feel like when you start having that many girlfriends, it's like
exhausting.
Are they your close girlfriends?
I don't know.
And also, I don't want to go to 8 million fucking baby showers, bridal showers, this like every weekend.
Right.
You know?
I would literally be so burnt out, wouldn't you?
I feel like I'm exhausted on
No.
I'm exhausted on our
you. I'm exhausted because of you. Good Lord, I can't even hang on.
I love you, but also it's exhausting keeping
my feelings
up this
are hurt.
relationship.
My feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. Anyways, back to business.
Could you imagine 3 Sades or like 5 Sades
Lord.
or like 8 Jennifers? I'm sorry. I couldn't.
I cannot.
I couldn't do it.
No.
I just couldn't.
I think it would be a lot.
It most definitely.
I'm a little bit hurt by your commentary, but it's fine.
Why are you hurt?
You're like, I'm exhausting. Wow. Okay. We're at a new level. Cool.
Listen, I think that I'm exhausting. I know that.
I know.
Listen, I think having friends in general is exhausting.
But would you rather have like the one intense close friend, or would you rather have like 15 that are like superficial? Right.
100%.
That's how I feel. Yes.
I can't take on any new friends right now because it is me and Jennifer.
The circle is closed.
The circle is
Do not apply.
Correct. You can't apply.
Don't
right
apply.
now.
We are not accepting applications. I do
happen.
apologize.
It can't happen. I just can't.
Well, apparently there's like these rules to girl code, and I kind of jotted them down. And I mean, it's kind of goes without saying if like you're a good person, a good human, you know.
There are rules to.
There are rules.
There are rules to girl code.
So, like the first one is don't go after a friend's ex or crush. I mean, obviously that is, you know. I think again, age is relevant. You know, in your 20s, you're kind of like, I got these and you got that, and let's, you know, get it on.
But like when you really think about that, why is that like? Because I feel like that has, like, every girl has had a situation where that came up.
Yes.
And, like, some guy that they were interested in or dated or what the fuck ever. And then you had a friend who was like, oh, he's cute. And
the pool is small.
Right. And then come to find out, it's like now they are talking, dating, whatever.
The pool is small. And look, I'm like this. I'm like, you thank you for dating him.
Correct.
And showing me all the things that are wonderful about him.
Correct.
And now I'm going to go ahead and take him off your hands because you're done.
Correct.
I don't know. I feel like it's subjective.
I feel like I'm probably not the popular opinion. I honestly, I really wouldn't give a shit, honestly.
Yeah, because you're like,
if
I'm done.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Enjoy him.
I know. And by the way, he's got a weird hair, growing wherever. And like, thank you for that stuff,
And by the way, enjoy having anal sex with him because I know all his deep, dark secrets.
Correct.
I
mean, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
Like, and now I love anal. So look at me.
Correct.
Like, I don't. So
and you're loving anal. We love that for you.
Ew. That's the skydiving
and let's
position.
just be honest, girl code is no woman is really loving that. And
no.
If you do, listen.
You must be in love if you're taking it.
I honestly don't believe there's any woman on the face of the planet that's really loving that. Why are you making that face? You actually secretly really
No. Oh my God. Kill me now. I've had it 2 times and I do not like it.
And you wanted to die, right?
I literally wanted to die. And it was not, it's accidental. But no, it's not accidental. It was on purpose. I know it was because it went in further than you thought it was.
Accidental,
Is it? No.
There's 2 holes
there.
There's
2 holes. It's like, don't even, like, oops. Like, no, there is no.
There is no accidental.
Moving on.
Moving on from anal.
Should we talk about like little things that I found on Reddit because there was like girl code questions and like you guys can chime in if you want to.
I can't wait to hear what mine are, but you go.
Okay. First. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the last one because it's my favorite. Okay. I know my best friend's man is cheating on her. Do I have to tell her? And if I don't, is that breaking girl code?
This is another situation I feel like girl code that we've all been there before where we like knew some information and like we didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but inevitably we had to be the bearer of bad news.
And then you're the best. And then it's the kill the messenger because they're pissed at you.
I think this is also one of those things too. Like it depends on like how close you are as girlfriends.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to go one of 2 ways. Oh my God, I love you so much. Thank you for telling me that. Or
it's your fault.
I hate you for telling me
Correct.
that. And I just want to live,
But if you don't tell, then it's like, why did you wait so long? And now we're not friends anymore. I don't know. That's rocky waters because it's kind of like, I feel like I would tell you. Well, I mean, it just, and it depends, it depends on how close you are.
How close you are.
Yeah.
It depends on.
I would kill Michael. I'm sorry.
If you know where that person's head's at. Because I feel like you and I like talk about everything. Like, I feel like I know you well enough to like know that like she would definitely want to know that fucking information.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But there might be somebody else that's
we'd have to plot his death and where we're burying the body.
For sure.
So y'all would both tell each other?
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely, I would.
Because we know each other's person. So it's like, I mean.
It's like personal at that point.
It's personal. I would fuck him up.
I don't know, but I mean, I feel like I have heard situations I've been like where
it's subjective always.
They were mad and it was like a whole thing.
Right.
And they didn't really want to know.
Right.
Or you tell them and they end up staying together.
And then you're the asshole because he hates you now.
Correct.
Right.
And then it's fucking up with your friendship because now he doesn't want you to hang out because I know that. Right. Exactly.
Were you the one that he cheated with? Then maybe that's a whole different story. I don't know. I mean, I think, again, it's subjective because it matters. Like, the friendship matters. I mean, girl code, yes, but does that apply, like, all around? Like, do I tell you? Do I not tell you? It's based on our friendship and how you are as a person. And if I know your man or not, because if I don't know him, I mean, and we know some people where I'm like, I feel like it matters. It matters.
It does. So I think it matters.
I don't know. I feel like I would want to know, by the way.
Me, girl code is you definitely have to tell because even if you're going to be the bearer of bad news and it's going to be a whole thing.
That's girl code. You have to say it.
Code. You have to say
like, Sade, Michael is cheating on you.
Where are we chopping up his body?
At the pig farm.
Into a container and throwing dissolving liquid on it. I've been watching way too much.
You got CSI under the belt.
I have so many ideas.
Yes, right.
Michael, I have so many ideas.
We're coming for you, Michael. We're coming for you. No, but like would it hurt? Yes, but would I blame you? No, because we're friends. I would want to fucking know.
I think you should know.
I do too. I think that's girl code. I think period.
Girl code is
yes.
You have to say something.
I agree with the statement.
Do you want me to read mine now?
Yes, read yours.
Is my best friend's single brother off limits?
I feel like a lot of people would say yes to that.
I wouldn't give a crap.
I wouldn't either.
My
brother is good looking.
I know my brother's good looking.
Right.
And he knows he's good looking. And
it could get messy.
I mean, he's off the market now. So
yeah, but it could get messy.
Like I would not give a crap.
Right. Like if you love your brother, you wouldn't be like, hell yeah. Oh, and I would be like cock blocking that shit if I didn't like her.
Right.
I'd be like, ooh, she's a bad one.
I think girl code on that one is like,
I mean, what are you supposed to do? What's the girl code thing to do?
There are people out there that have like weird relationships with their siblings.
Agreed.
And, like, where it's like, bitch, do you want to date him? Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God, I went on this date. I dated this guy named Sean. He worked at the rock quarry. He was so fucking hot. I know. He was so hot. He was probably the hottest guy I've ever dated. He was kind of clean cut, whatever. He had a great job. He had a killer house. His house was like all windows. He had a pool, whatever. Well, he kept stalking me at Mulligan's. He's like, I have to go out with you. I'm like, whatever, fine. Oh yes, God. Old school. And finally I was like, fine, I'll go out with you. I go out with him and he brings his fucking sister.
Okay, that's weird.
And I'm like, but they're like flirty.
That's weird.
It was the weirdest thing.
Weird.
I mean, it was weird, but my mom was alive at the time. She was like, give him a chance. He's got a good job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So he's like, let's go on a second date. He's like, come to my house. Let's like have drinks by the pool. And I was like, cool, because I got that body yaddy. Let me get, we'll get my bikini and I'll head on over.
Right.
She was there and also in a bikini. And he was like, you look so fit. So to his sister. And I'm like, what the fuck is actually going on?
Is this like a situation where like maybe he made you think that it was his sister, but it was never actually really his
do not know, because I was like, nice knowing you. I'm good.
Like player code 1000.
It was very strange.
He pulled one over on
It was very strange.
Because that is weird.
I mean, what kind of girl code is that?
And no
your
world
sister
would I
is
ever
like,
see my brother and be like, your abs are looking really good.
It was disgusting.
Good.
I was like, this is weird.
That's
I'm like,
very
this is
weird.
And she was really hot. That's what was like. I was like, I don't.
Thank you for also.
He was beautiful.
Like, well, she actually was really hot.
She was. And I had that body game. I was like, I'm not worried about you. But like at the same time, like, why are you here? But like if we're on a date, like twice.
In a normal sibling relationship, I think that thank you for your
I think that's very weird
story, but
I know he was so hot though. I had to like give it a try.
I think that's fine.
I think dating my brother, whatever.
I think that's a personal thing. I think girl code is let your fucking brother date.
Be happy.
He wants to date.
And obviously, I mean, girl code to me is like protecting your brother and protecting the girl. Like if it's not going to work, you're like, this ain't working or whatever.
Who better for your brother to date than one of your friends? Because it's like,
I agree with the statement. We're probably going to get shit on because we are not following any of the rules of girl code. We're modern women. I don't know.
I feel like maybe we're not.
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
I feel like you and I are like the guys like hitting on you out in the bar and he slaps you on the butt and it's like,
I'm like,
is
welcome.
It a Me Too moment? Is that girl code? Is it a Me Too moment?
It probably is.
Oh,
I'm like, do it again. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, I'm secure in myself.
I think for me personally, I think that if it's like a Me Too moment, it has to cross the line where it like,
feels weird,
super icky, and weird,
where
you're like,
where
it's like you're like male boss.
But we do know women that would be like, it was so inappropriate, and I'm like, if I've put all this trouble in to go out and no one smacks my ass, I'm kind of pissed.
You're like, it's an honor.
It's an honor. Thank you.
I'm being noticed. Oh God, is that bad too?
Do we just open ourselves up to a bunch of like?
Does that mean that you're a pick me? If you're like, oh,
I don't care.
I like the
recognition.
I mean, who doesn't?
I don't know.
Who doesn't want some level of recognition when you go out?
Correct.
Seriously.
If no one looks, and we've been in that situation.
I feel like if nobody looks at you, then it's like, do I look that great?
Like, why do we always go off on a tangent every time?
Okay, back to girl code.
Okay, this is very relative in my life, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. My friend always posts photos where she looks amazing and I look terrible.
Oh my God. This isn't.
Is it breaking girl code if she doesn't ever ask permission before she posts a photo? I never look good in any of the photos and she looks amazing.
First of all, if this is directed towards
It's not. No one said that.
It's
not directed at you.
Because
it's not.
I always make sure, and hold on, first of all, before I even
it's not directed at you.
Girl code is you should make sure your friend.
Correct.
Everybody needs to look good in a fucking photo.
Yes.
Because we've all been there before.
If you're sabotaging, you are not following girl code.
And we were like serving and we.
Yes.
And then you get the photo back and you're like, and it's like,
yeah.
I think girl code is make sure everybody looks fucking cohesive in the photo.
That is all I'm asking for.
I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean at random, not at you. I'm just saying.
But I do feel like there is a loophole in this where sometimes I think that you do look really beautiful, and you're like, ew, I look just like you.
Same.
Please
with you,
and also with you. I feel like there's been many moments where you've been like, Shady, you look so, and I'm like, ew, are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's true.
I look terrible.
It's true. I think girl code is like you should make sure everybody in the photo is happy with the photo. Don't go posting photos from last night where, I look ugly and everyone else looks good. I'm sorry. Yes, I need permission.
But what I do feel like there are a crazy breed of us that are out there that are psychotic about taking photos.
1,000%.
Want us to take about 20 fucking photos. Right. And you're like, okay, girl.
Like it's done. We're done.
My face hurts from smiling.
Holding the position.
Point, like, I've been holding this position, and it's like, you know what I mean?
But isn't it funny how women are so self-conscious about that and men don't give a shit?
Because I feel like we can snap 50 photos and like every one of us will have a critique about every single fucking one of the photos.
Right. And if your friend points out like, oh my gosh, but you see how my leg looks? We're like, oh my God, you know what? You're right. Where guys are like, I don't give a shit. Like,
that is true.
Right, Zach?
Yeah, we take one photo and that'll cover our Facebook for about 3 years, I think. So
it's true.
Exactly.
And also,
how fortunate.
This has nothing to do with girl code.
Oh Lord.
Also, and men take horrible photos
of us. Oh my God.
They take the worst photos. I'm at the point now.
I'm like, is this what I look like to you?
I don't allow Michael to take my photos anymore because I know it's gonna look like shit.
No. Well, I have the unfortunate problem of Scott is like a prankster, so it's like. The photos in his phone of me are
you're eating and you're like
yes, because I took that edible at last Thanksgiving. I took an edible and I'd never taken one before, believe it or not, because I'm a partier. And that shit lasted 4 days, but there's this like photo of me and he was like, "This is why I love you." And he texted me and I had no idea that there was this photo of me with a pan of pasta salad with a big spoon, like one of the big ones. And I'm like, and I mean, in my moment, like eating, like not thinking about what my face looks like. And I'm like, wow, thanks a lot, bro.
But at least
appreciate it.
When you're eating a pound of pasta
salad, I made
amazing.
It. So what the fuck?
Listen, that's amazing.
But no, they do. They take the worst photo. Have you looked at the photos that he has of you in the phone?
Yes.
I'm like, why are you with me? Listen, is the question that I ask.
Times where like I just like saw his phone because you can set it up where your photos and I'm like.
Right.
That is the most despicable picture of me.
No.
Why the fuck is that your background? Or that'll be like the picture that he shows to his coworkers at work. And I'm like, literally, there are so I send you hot photos.
Yes.
Why are you sending that
Yes.
one?
How about mine is from literally 2013 on Scott's phone, and I have a wig on. And it's braided, and I have a beanie on, and I have a wig on because like that was in my wig moment where I was like trying wigs and stuff. And I'm like, what the
wiggy? Does it look good?
No, it looks wiggy. Great, but it's like, have we met? Like, this is like 15 years later.
I've moved beyond wigs, like
because I was trying to find his phone, and I was like calling him, and that's the picture on his phone. It's me in a wig.
I do feel like that's like the Michael King moment where it's just like you're going back to like circa 2012 and
like this is not actual.
This is not what I look like anymore.
Correct.
I've moved on.
If you're showing people this photo, it's a lie. Like it makes me so mad.
Correct.
It makes me so mad.
It actually reminds me of weddings, and it's like the mom shows you. You're like, "What do you want to do?" And the mom shows you a photo of her, and it's like, obviously like 1985,
and it's like glamour shots, and she's got like the boa, and you're like,
and it's like,
lady.
Ma'am, you no longer look like this. So
you had long hair and now you have a pixie. Yes.
Yeah.
That is very it's true.
It's true.
But you know, that's the thing is like I want to see myself in a photo look good. Sorry, I do. And we all do because we are in selfie era and that is the world. So
girl code is
make sure I look good in the motherfucking photo. Yes.
Either hold it or send it and let me fucking face tune it first.
But also, I gotta say,
smooth out to 2 nose holes first.
2 nose holes, like I'm a cloud. Like literally, though, I've had brides like when they come in for their trial, I'll take like beautiful photo. We take beautiful photos. I feel like we do a good job. We take the photo and they're like, can I see the photos? And you're like, yeah, sure, I'll send them to you. No, like, can I see them now? And like in my phone, literally is like delete, and I'm like. Excuse me, ma'am.
Correct.
Like,
I hate that. Because once again, it's like going back to being your own worst critic.
Yes.
And it's like a lot of times they don't even look bad. But,
yeah.
But I get it. Like
I know,
get
me
it.
too.
I feel ugly in the photo. It's
feel
like
ugly in the photo.
We don't want to post an ugly photo.
But also, like, there is no filter on the photo, right?
True.
I mean, and I feel like people today think like that's what they look like in an actual photo when the filter's on.
I think that we live in a world where people have gotten crazy.
Like, do you not realize, like, you don't live in Paris, like, with a Paris filter?
I mean,
it's weird.
Listen, I love a good
fuck yes
filter moment.
Hell yeah.
Just do a little smooth action,
do a little bit of smoothing.
Right.
A little bit of smoothing.
But I think the sexy tiger of it all.
We love you, Kristen.
Kristen, I
love you.
But it's like
when your lips are 3 sizes bigger and there is no texture in your skin and you look like you have 2 nose holes, this might be a filter. We love you, though. It's your thing. Whatever.
I think everybody has their, like, filter that they feel, like, super confident in. But I do feel like it is one of those things where, like, as women, some of us have, like, that is now our identity. And we feel like we look like the fucking filter. And it's like we don't actually.
It's insane. It's insane to think about.
It is crazy. Look, I'm guilty.
Me too. Me too.
Filter moment. I will say I don't love the, crazy, like, sexy tiger or anything like that. Because that shit looks insane on me. I look crazy.
You do look crazy.
But a good, like, Paris.
Or even, like, adjusting lighting is cool.
Boom.
But, yeah, no, I feel like when brides are showing me pictures and I'm like, there's a filter on that. And they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, there actually is.
You're 2 nose holes.
You're a fucking cloud with nose holes.
Right.
That's when you know.
Your lips are 3 sizes bigger in the photo, and they're not in real life.
I know.
Right.
I know. But then, have you ever, like, done the filter thing and then, like, you go look in the mirror and you're like, I'm ugly. You're like, damn, bitch. You look bad. You look so bad.
Like, actually, let's get rid of the mirror.
I know. It's so bad. Anyways, make sure your friends look good in a photo.
Make sure your friends look good
in a photo. The end.
Am I up? Is it
you
me?
are. It's you. Yay. You look so cute today, by the way. Thank you. And for the people listening that can't see you, like, you're missing out.
Okay, this is a good one.
Okay.
If a girl comes up to you in a bar, social, and says, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in years. What have you been up to? Do you have to fake it until you make the person hitting on her go away?
Yes. Because I've been in that scenario.
To be honest, I don't understand that question.
I think it's like, have you ever been?
I don't understand, so I can't answer yet.
I love when you have your bond moments. I live for those. So it's like, if you're in a bar, right, and there's always like the creep that is making you so uncomfortable. Remember we were at, what was that?
There's been so many times.
Remember Kristen? Remember?
Yes, there's been so many
times. We were out at bingo, and like, remember, like, we were having such a good time. I was arm wrestling this redheaded guy. That was amazing. And remember the tall black guy that was super hot? Okay.
Yes.
Anyways,
I took the photo.
That you were like, I'm with him, and he's like 9 feet tall. Anyways, well, there was this very aggressive guy there. So I'm setting the scenario for Girl Code for you. So there was this very aggressive guy that kept following her around. Remember? And then like him and I was like, you're a loser. Like, you need to back up off her. And she was like, oh my God, this is so fun. Yes. In that scenario, let's say Kristen was uncomfortable and she came up to you and she didn't know us. Let's just say
to make that guy go away.
Right. To be like, hey, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. It's been years. And she's trying to distract and get help. Isn't it girl code for her to for us to help her?
Yeah,
definitely.
God, absolutely.
To get rid of it. Yes. And I've been in that scenario plenty of times.
I feel like as a woman, we've all been in a situation where there was a guy that didn't take the hint that
correct.
Not interested.
You absolutely should help another woman if she is in distress.
Absolutely.
The end.
I mean, I feel like now I'm just like, what?
Get the fuck out of here.
I feel like,
yeah. But I'm pretty sure that I was, and he hated me.
You did. And I love that for you.
I was getting so pissed off.
I just feel
like get the fuck out of here.
Because Kristen is just like
she's
that.
She's very
person
aloof.
Where yes. And she's just sweet and
and pretty.
Where you're like, get the fuck away from me. You're a fucking loser.
Like, I can see what you're doing. And by the way, you know what the conversation was?
What?
You guys. He was like a 3, and that's being very kind. And she's a 10. And I think I said to him, like,
wait, is this the guy from because we have the receipts?
Yes, we have the receipts
from the photo.
Yes.
Where
he's like,
looks so cute. And
and she's in the chair and she's in the skirt.
And he's like,
yes.
And she's just like.
And when she got up, she went to go to the bathroom. I was like, listen, I'm going to be straight with you. What you're doing is wrong. She is a 10 and you're a 3. It will never fucking work out in any world.
He was like a deflated balloon.
And he was just like, yeah, but I like her.
And
I'm like, no.
You after that.
He did, but I don't really care.
But
I'm like,
also, what
be
the
real.
fuck, dude? Like, she's not interested. And we did say, let's rewind for a second.
Yeah.
I do feel like there were multiple moments. Thank you for the There were multiple moments where we did say, like, she's not interested.
Yes.
The redhead guy. Remember
yes.
The redhead guy?
But I did like him because he arm wrestled me. But anyways, no, he was ugly. He was a pilot, remember? And he was like not
that
cute.
That might have been a moment where it was like the alcohol was flowing.
It definitely was.
You know, and it just seemed like, but it was like, actually, no.
Yeah. But he followed her like around the whole bar, remember?
Right.
And it was kind of like,
and he was like, okay, I'm leaving him alone.
I was like, you're a 10, or she's a 10, you're a 3. I'm being kind here. Like, I'm just saying, like, give it up, bro. It's never going to happen. She's engaged. He's like, I don't care if she's engaged. I'm like, you should care. You should care. I mean,
it's shocking sometimes, like, the guys that, like...
They're very aggressive.
That are aggressive.
That's a Me Too moment.
The guys that, like, aren't aggressive.
Yeah.
Is there a thing with that, Zach? Is there a thing with, like... Is that, like, a personal thing? Like, how aggressive a guy is? Like...
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a douche.
I feel like over-aggression probably rarely works, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
No.
Like, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like, play it cool, you know?
Like, be cool, bro. Be cool. Don't be uncool.
It was a no.
It was a no. And it wasn't even about his attractiveness, because that sounds shallow. It was like him being so persistent and us being like, we're having a girls' night. We're just having fun.
And not
taking the hint and still following her. I don't care if you're buying my whiskey. Give me, you know what? I don't need it. So girl code is, am I going to help you out? Hell yeah, I am. If you come over and you're like, hi, it's been so long since I've seen you, and I don't know you, and I see you're in distress, and I see this guy is bothering you, I'm going to be like, oh, hey, girl. Yeah, come on over.
I agree.
But I do know women that would be like, who the fuck are you? Get away from me.
Correct.
You know, I'm not going to be that girl.
I'm never going to be that girl.
No.
But I mean, I agree with you.
And that might be an age thing as well.
Correct.
Right. Because what if she's hot? Some girls might be threatened by that.
That's
you
true.
know? I'm like, come on in, girl.
Right.
You making me look good.
Right.
Put a little bit of your shine on me. Come on. Come on. Give me some of those rays. Ooh. I surround myself with pretty girls. Are you kidding me? I'm like, honey, what is this? But no, like, I definitely think you should. I saw this other one too on Reddit where it was like, if you see a woman who is wasted stumbling out of a bar.
And we've all seen someone
We've
like
seen
that.
this, right? Yes. And she's like on her own. Her friends are clearly staying behind and she's stumbling out. And you're with your girls and you're having a great time. You're not drunk yet. You're buzzed, but you're, having a good time.
Right.
And she's stumbling out and she's intending on getting in her car, right? Is it your place or is it girl code for you to be like, you know what? Let me call you a cab. And I was kind of like, fuck yes, it is.
I think it is girl code.
Yeah. I think so too.
I think it's girl code. Just like it's like when we're all in the club and we're in a bathroom and there's fucking toilet paper on our shoe and we're about to like go back out and dance. And
that's a good one.
You got toilet paper on your fucking shoe.
Or is in your, breeches or whatever.
Or it's like your fucking underwear, like your shirt's into your underwear. Like
I would never let someone leave like that.
No, never.
I mean, man or woman, but
listen, there are grimy girls out there.
There are grimy girls. Like, good luck, bitch.
Like, she looks dumb.
Your car is stupid.
Right. Like, she looks stupid with the toilet paper.
I hope you crash. And then she does. It is.
So dumb.
I know, it really is. I would tell you if you had toilet paper.
I would tell you if you had toilet paper.
But also, I wouldn't give a fuck at that point. If I got toilet paper stuck to me, I'm drunk. I'm like, who cares? We're having a good time.
True story. I recently just had to tell a girl that she started her period and, like, it was stained on the back of her pants.
See, been there. Yeah.
Girl code.
I saw that one actually on there.
Girl code.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, so
why do you want to sabotage somebody else? Like,
I mean, I will honestly say I did have that moment where I was just like, oh.
Do you feel like girl code's a little bit like good person, bad person? It feels a little bit like.
I mean, I feel that. Like that's kind of jaded because I feel like we all have like a little bad person in us too sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, it's definitely like,
like me when I was like, that bitch. Remember?
Correct. But I will say, you were provoked that day.
I was provoked.
You were provoked. I'll give you that. You were fucking provoked. But
I was.
That ghost sounded.
That's when my old girl, like me, old Jenny came out.
You guys, that is the funniest interaction that I've ever had with you. I swear, I laugh about that shit all the time.
Literally, they were pumping gas and we went into this. There's this cute store in Charlottesville where it's like, They have like fried
like
chicken or like slices of pumpkin pie. It's so freaking cute.
Like
and like,
cookies.
yeah. And so we always stop in there to like get our Munchables because we're like starving at the end of the day. And like we go in there and we get our stuff and I like go to throw my stuff away. And of course I'm dressed like usual, all black, you know, heels, whatever. And these two girls are in a truck laughing at me, like blatantly laughing at me.
I was oblivious. Like
I was so pissed.
Yeah, and you were like, fucking bitch. Like
I was like, fucking bitch.
I was like, are you sure? I was like, what is
I was sure.
At something.
I was sure. And so I'm just like, usually I don't care, but like it hurt my feelings.
But she said something about you, but
I can't remember what it was.
She was like, you stupid bitch or something like
that. Yeah, and they were like,
and
like
they started
making fun of me, and I don't
like
I don't like when people make fun of me.
Those bitches were fucking
I was like, fuck
laughing
this. I threw my car. I was like, and we like peeled out.
I've never seen you like that before. That was fucking hilarious.
I like peeled out, and then we did like a U-turn because you can't really do a U-turn there, remember?
And then you fucking put the window down, and you're like,
fuck you, fat bitch.
I was like, oh my God.
I know. I was actually scared because I felt like we couldn't turn around fast enough, remember? And I was like, oh, shit. I was so scared, but I didn't want you to see that I was scared.
There was a moment where you were being hard, but then you were like, oh shit. I didn't want to come.
Because she was large. She was large Marge, and she was in charge.
Listen, there have been multiple times we did something that was like out of pocket.
I know.
We were like, oh
shit. Fuck are they coming after us? I know, because I couldn't. I remember we like there was like Luckstone is right there, and so you can't like pull in because it's gated, and we were like, and I was like, fuck you, and then I was like, oh shit, like we can't go, and they were like looking at me. I was like, oh man, this is about to be bad. This is about to be real bad, but that shit was funny.
There have been so many moments like that.
I know.
I'm trying to think of another one.
I don't know, but
there have been too many times.
I mean, I will pop off on somebody if they're like laughing at me. I do not like that.
You don't
but like, I think that's mean. I don't know. I think that's mean spirited. Like, I mean, I laugh at people alone.
I feel like you know, provoked and like they were
provoking me. They were, and it's very rare that I let that. But like when I've worked a wedding all day and I'm like greasy and I'm trying to get my fried chicken on,
or when you're getting your nails done with your friend. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
That was funny though.
And they were like, "White girl." Is that the one you're talking about?
No. When we had gone, we got our nails done, and we were leaving, and her daughter was there, and her daughter was like, they were like laughing at you or something. I can't remember.
No, they said, she goes, "There's your friends."
Yes.
And I was like, "You're a loser."
You were like, "Bye, loser."
I'm sorry. I was so mad.
Listen, it catches me off guard.
I know.
Because, like in my mind, I am a badass like that, and I would say something, but I'm like, oh no, I don't want to.
I know.
Like, the confrontation.
Look, the daughter was sitting next to us, and I couldn't tell if she was like 16 or 25. I was lost, but I was like, she was very beautiful. She had like ivory skin and red hair, and I just looked at her and I was like, oh my goodness, like you need to be a Disney princess for Halloween.
Her.
We did. Yeah. Well, we talked to everybody when we're in there, and we were like chatting it up or whatever.
Girl code.
Right. And
telling people
girl code
about themselves.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. And like we're like leaving, and like she's now reconnected with the mom, who, by the way, the entire time is sitting over there staring at me and you like, these bitches having a good time and smiling like, ugh. And so
ordinarily I would be the voice of reason and be like, no, but no, she definitely was.
So we're like leaving, and Sade is in front of me, and like I hear the mom, and at this time I figure out like these two are together. This is the mother and this is the daughter. Again, don't know how old she was. Like, why do you need your mommy to get your nails done? But whatever. So like we're like leaving, and I hear her go, "There's your friends," and she looks at me like, ugh, and I was like, I just don't like when people are mean to me.
You don't. It really gets under your skin.
Because I'm very nice and kind to everybody.
Chevelle comes out of you.
That's for a different night. Don't ask about that.
When you are provoked, Chevelle comes out of the woodwork. And it is the most hysterical thing to me, because it's like, those are the things that I want to say and do, but I don't, because I'm the person that'll be like, oh, but
I was provoked.
But what if?
Right.
Versus you're like, fuck that bitch.
Because I just don't appreciate, like, I'm so kind and so fun and so friendly to everyone. And I feel like if you're going to be mean to me after I'm sitting here talking to your daughter and tell her how beautiful she is, and then your mom's like, oh, yeah, friends. So we're like walking out, and I was like, bye, losers. Because I was like, I'm not.
That's what it was.
And then I was like, oh, shit. So then when I was trying to schedule my next appointment, Zach, I was like, I was scared. I was like, are they going to be there? And Sade couldn't come with me. I was like, oh my God, they're going to be there. And they're going to be like, we're going to get you or whatever. I was so scared. I was like, oh, but everyone in there and they were there and no one was mad at me and it was fine. But like,
how about girl code is
like, fucking be nice,
dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Positivity.
Right.
I mean, I get
And that's what we do everywhere we go. We do
all
that.
the time. I mean, I get
genuinely.
There are some women out there like that. Maybe you're just
they're sourpusses. Yes. And their names are Karen and they're miserable.
And you don't like what you are.
Right.
Or you hate your fucking wrinkles or what the fuck ever.
But don't take it out on us.
Like, don't take it out.
It's not even about us being attractive. It's about like when we are together and we are out, we are always smiling and having fun 100%. And laughing. And it hurts people's feelings, which is so stupid.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is that we don't take ourselves too seriously.
No.
Like,
no.
We are literally always being dumb.
We are always being dumb. We are always having 20%. Fun. And we are always including everyone that's around us. And like, certainly, I probably shouldn't have said bye losers. That was wrong. But in my mind, it was Mean Girls. And I was like, you know, bye losers.
I mean, I think that part of it is like what we do for a living. It's like we're working with women. Right. So it's like we can find something positive. Even if you're like, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm whatever. We can find something
We're like,
positive.
we like your shoes.
Right.
They're cute.
Right. There's something positive that you could say about anyone. And that's real.
Unprovoked hate is just jealousy.
It is.
It is. Yeah. And it's like it.
And the jealousy isn't about like what we look like or like, you know, our clothes. I honestly think it's because every time we're out together, we're happy.
We're just happy.
And we're fun. And we talk to people, even in like the shadiest of the shady situations. We're like, you know, it's the guy at the register that's questionable. That also, that's a story for another day where my identity got stolen. But anyways, we were still like, I was like, can I come behind the counter? I want to push the buttons. Because we're just like having fun always.
That was actually really
It was actually very, I mean, but I probably shouldn't have given my credit card, whatever. But
correct.
The whole point is like, we're like, no matter the situation, we're just trying to include people. If they're in line behind us, the food stamps, remember that? Oh my God. Look.
I hate that so much because listen, if there was ever a time in my life where I felt profiled, it
wasn't funny
in that moment.
It wasn't funny, but it
literally
I felt so uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying. Like we find
humor in it.
Humor in anything.
We're in line.
Literally anything.
I forget where we were. We were in some weird. We were in Stafford. We were in Stafford because remember, because Taylor said that she was from around there.
You're from Stafford.
And we're like had just left the wedding. The town was like very weird. It was like a big cesspool of all different people. It was like
I think Taylor said it was like Old Town Stafford. Or
something. It was like young people, old people, whatever. And we're like in the store. And again, it's always like we leave a wedding and we go crazy and get like, you know, combos and like a slushie or whatever. Right. And we're like standing in line, and the lady's like, "Are you using cash?" And I'm like, yes. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. And then she doesn't realize, I guess me and Sade are together. And as soon as Sade walks up, and I'm not even kidding you. She's like, "We don't take." She
was like, "Are you using food stamps?"
No way.
Zach, literally, I didn't even have an opportunity to pull my card or cash or whatever. I think I paid cash.
And you looked so fly.
And I looked so cute.
You looked like so good.
Nothing about me was giving food stamps that day. And like the fact that she was
so bad. I'm like,
she was like, "Oh, you can't use food stamps
here." I'm like,
remember, I was
you're like, I'm not.
I was like, "Oh, I wasn't gonna use food stamps."
That was the weirdest thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
I'm sorry, that was hilarious.
It really was.
Because like, where are you getting? Like,
and she was also a fellow Black woman. That's what
I was like, wait, what?
It was so incredibly insulting.
I have no words.
It was fun. I was just standing there like, huh?
I think we both just stood there for a second because we were just like,
I'm like, what? You were using an EBT card? Like, what is going on? Like, what? That was so funny.
Listen, there have been so many moments.
I know it.
Moral of the story is,
what were we talking about?
Be positive.
Yeah, that was it.
Like, even if you feel like you're ugly or whatever, wrinkles, whatever, but it's like it means so much more to just be positive.
It does. And when someone compliments you or comes to you and just is like, "How's your day going?" Respond.
Yes.
It's like, that's not us being a dick. We're just like being friendly. And like, if more people were like that, the world would be a better place.
Or like, there's been times where you're like, "I like your shoes," and then it's like, you're like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, and they're like, "I don't like your shoes." No, they're not. but that's what they're thinking because they're like one-upping,
Girl
you know.
code is
Girl code is just be friendly.
Positive.
Be a good person.
Be fucking positive.
If you see someone struggling, help them. The end. Like, it's not that difficult.
That women deal with in the world. It's like, come on, dude. Like,
we got to support each other.
We got to support each other.
Right. I agree with that. That's in business and friendships and personal and with your children, all the things. You know, as a mom.
Like, yeah.
Because you're your kid's example. Like, they are watching you. They're watching you. Well, my daughter is watching me. Because there's some times where she's like, ooh, she's ugly. And I'm like, oh my God, don't say that.
I know.
Because
then they turn into...
It's on TV, but she's still saying it.
Judgmental assholes.
She'll be like, ooh, Mom, she's ugly. And I'm like, oh God.
Right.
Wonder where you got that from.
Like, I don't know where you got that from.
I would never say that.
Oops.
But yeah, I mean, you just got to be a good person. I think that's all the rules on the girl code was like, you know, tell your friend if she's like got a stain on her.
Yes, period stain.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like, right. It's honestly being like a good person.
Honestly, like I think girl code, honestly, I feel like you could just say it's like, just be a fucking nice girl. Like, just be a good fucking person.
That's what I teach my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, there are days where I'm in the car.
There are moments where you're like,
you know,
fuck that bitch. But,
right.
You know.
There are.
But usually it's because you're provoked. You
Correct.
know? I think that, like, it's inauthentic to say, like, you can be like that 24/7. We all have
It's a lie. Right.
We're like,
right.
I don't feel like fucking with people today. But it's like, you know.
But it's like, for instance, with Zoe's little friend, I will not name her name, but was mean to my daughter. And, like, she's covered in ice cream stains. And, like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck that hoe. Because
you have
look at her.
That you could say.
I have a lot of things to say. But I told Zoe in the moment, because she was like, she thinks she knows more than I do about my boyfriend. Because, yeah, she's 9, but it doesn't really count.
The boyfriend that's not really the boyfriend.
I'm like, in that moment, I could have been like, screw her. She sucks. But I was like, you know what? That's okay. You know what? She just doesn't realize. But I wanted to be like,
good on you.
Do you want me to fuck her up for you? Because I will.
Good on you, because I don't know if I would have had the same response. And I haven't. There have been times where my kids have
I'm like, her shirt is stained.
Right. And I'm like, well, she's fucking ugly.
Right.
How about that?
That's what I was thinking.
You know?
I'm like, you don't need her for a friend.
Right.
I'm glad y'all are in different classes because she ain't cool.
Right. But then it's like, but then the good part of you is like, that's
let me be a mom.
Like, ugh. Like, this is someone's kid.
Right.
And you're like, bitch.
Zoe does that now. She'll be like, what? And I'm like, you can't. You're too cute. It doesn't work. But also, I know, but also the mom doesn't like me either. It's kind of like,
so this is like a whole
It's a whole thing. You know, and Zoe
it.
is just sweet and she's like me. She wants to be friends with everyone. And some people just don't like, it's just not like that way, unfortunately. But the mom, I was at field day and I was like, oh, hey, you know, and she was like, hey. And I'm like, oh, are you going to...
The mom is a hater. But once again, it's like they're watching you and she's picking up on her mom being a hater.
Right.
So.
But I was not a hater at field day. I was loving to everyone. So, and I wore a cute outfit. So, whatever. I know.
It's always an outfit moment.
Bandana, you know, field day. It was hot, you know, so you got to look like cute, but you can't be like inappropriate.
Like an overall moment.
It was an overall moment.
I knew it.
I mean, I felt like that would make me fit in, and it didn't.
Right. Because you're like, I'm coming in, I'm cute. Like,
and I had no one to hang out with, like, and everybody was like over there, and I was like over here.
All the time. Whenever I have to do like mom shit.
The football stuff.
I'm like, God, I wish you were there.
I know.
It's like, okay, I get it. I'm the only one here.
I'm sorry that I put mascara on. Shoot me.
I have a fucking full face beat.
It's my job.
Right. But
people just don't understand.
But I think people don't understand that, like, it's like when you...
It's not a vain thing.
It's not, because it's like, I can't be out in the world and then I run into somebody and they're like, oh,
and it's every time
for a living. And then it's like that always comes up and you're like, oh, I do hair and makeup for a living.
Like,
and they're like looking at you like,
shit, don't be mine.
People.
Right.
You know, like, it's like, really?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
But then they're hating on you instead of being like if it was me and straight up, if it was me and I was not into hair and makeup and I would be like, oh my gosh, can you teach me? Or I would be like interested instead of being shady and a hater.
I love seeing like a girl out that's serving and is beautiful. Like, I will tell her in a heartbeat, like,
come hang out with us.
Yeah,
right.
like, you are absolutely stunning.
Right. That's how it should be.
Like, we need to hear that.
I know.
We need to hear that.
That is girl code. Y'all need to love each other.
Is that the final moment?
I mean, that's how I feel.
Girl code is.
Girl code is.
Each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you see someone struggling or you see somebody, like, don't like make them feel stupid. Just like,
don't shade them.
Nice.
Even if they're kind of bitchy. It's like,
go to the car and then make fun of them.
Right.
Be respectful.
Nice. Right.
Right. In public, be like, oh, that, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to bother you, but you have a period stain on your butt. Right. But in the car, you're like, oh, that bitch, you know, right. That's fine. But don't be mean and don't be shady. It's just not right.
It's not.
We're not perfect.
No.
I mean, we're pretty perfect, but we're not perfect. Be there for each other. Be nice to each other. Be kind. Girl code for me and you is like, let's just be nice to each other.
Yeah, and get the toilet paper off my fucking shoe.
Thank you.
Out the
Thank you.
If I have a fucking period stain, fucking tell me.
Right, and don't laugh at me when I'm throwing away trash. That's all I'm asking. Sorry, but anyways, that's it. Mic drop. I love when we hearing news. And anyways, I think that's the message, right?
That's the message. I don't have a drink to drink.
I know, so do good. Be good. And we'll see you next time.